The opening scene reveals Cambridge University's laboratory, where scientists are engaged in a fervent quest for an elusive virus. Their experiments involve injecting this unknown pathogen into chimpanzees, hoping to unlock its mysteries. However, the consequences prove dire as the once docile primates turn aggressive and violent. Enter a group of animal liberation activists and an undercover operatives dedicated to rescuing animals from clandestine experiments. Discovering the plight of the chimpanzees, they spring into action, determined to free them from their tormentors. Despite warnings from a lab doctor about the potential dangers posed by the infected animals, the activists press on, unlocking the cages and releasing the chimpanzees. Chaos ensues as the enraged primates lash out, infecting one of the activists with their virulent strain. In a horrifying turn of events, the infected activist begins to succumb to the virus, her eyes changing color as she violently vomits blood. The contagion spreads rapidly among her companions, sealing their fates as unwitting victims of the very virus they sought to combat. The virus, notorious for inducing extreme aggression in its hosts, possesses a sinister dual effect on humans compared to chimpanzees. The variant stems from the complex disparities between human and animal brains. In humans, the virus triggers a relentless aggression that culminates in a harrowing transformation into ravenous zombies. Spread primarily through blood and saliva, the contagion swiftly proliferates. In a desperate bid to contain the outbreak, the laboratory doctor attempts to eliminate the infected girl, only to meet a grisly demise at her hands as her rage overwhelms her. With the virus unleashed, its rapid spread engulfs the entire city before metastasizing to the entire country. Amidst the chaos, we encounter Jim, emerging from a coma after 28 days, only to find himself alone in a desolate London hospital. Stepping out into the world, Jim is met with an eerie silence, devoid of any human presence. The cityscape, once bustling with life, now stands as a testament to desolation, adorned with posters bearing the faces of the missing. The oppressive stillness weighs heavy upon him as he ventures forward. Seeking solace and perhaps answers, Jim seeks refuge within the sanctuary of a church. However, what he encounters within its walls shatters any semblance of hope or understanding. The interior is a grim tableau of decay, littered with the corpses of those who met their demise days ago. Confusion and dread grip Jim as he struggles to comprehend the nightmarish reality unfolding around him. Amidst the chaos and terror, the father of the church approaches Jim, his stumbling gait and bleeding mouth betraying signs of infection. Strange, guttural voices emanate from his lips as he lurches forward, accompanied by a horde of zombies. Jim's fear intensifies as the undead draw closer, threatening to overwhelm him. In a stroke of luck, two strangers intervene, swiftly dispatching the zombies with flames. Jim's relief is palpable as he is rescued from certain doom. Grateful and bewildered, he follows his saviors to their hidden sanctuary, where safety awaits. As masks are removed, Jim is introduced to Mark and Selena, the courageous survivors who took him under their wing. Jim recounts his fragmented memories, revealing his mundane existence as a bicycle courier, interrupted by a fateful accident that robbed him of his recollection until now. In the wake of the chaos, Jim expresses his confusion and disbelief at the unfolding events. Mark and Selena, with a heavy heart, divulge the grim truth. A deadly virus has ravaged the city, leaving destruction and despair in its wake. Despite the government's efforts, no cure has been found, and hope seems all but lost. As the weight of this revelation sinks in, Jim grapples with the realization that he is among the few fortunate survivors in a city decimated by the merciless contagion. Their words carry the weight of despair as they recount the countless lives lost, including their loved ones. Driven by a desperate need for closure, Jim resolves to search for his family, clinging to the faint hope that they may have endured against all odds. The next day, they embark on a somber journey to Jim's former home, where a heartbreaking discovery awaits. Among the silent walls of his once familiar abode, Jim bears witness to the tragic fate that befell his parents, their lifeless bodies serving as a haunting reminder of the unforgiving grip of despair that now holds the city in its thrall. As Jim reads the haunting message scrawled on the back of the photo, a flood of emotion overtakes him, tears tracing a path down his cheeks. The bittersweet words from his parents serve as a poignant reminder of the cruel reality he now faces. His guardians are lost to him forever. With heavy hearts, Jim, Mark, and Selena seek solace within the familiar confines of Jim's home, a sanctuary amidst the encroaching darkness. Yet, the tranquility is shattered by the ever-present threat of the undead, their hunger insatiable as night falls. In a chilling confrontation with former neighbors turned zombies, the group is forced to confront the stark brutality of their new reality. Tragically, Mark falls victim to a savage bite, sealing his fate as a carrier of the infection. Bound by the grim necessity of survival, Selena is forced to make a heart-wrenching decision, ending Mark's life to prevent further suffering and harm. The weight of her actions hangs heavy in the air, a somber reminder of the sacrifices demanded by their cruel new world. Alone against the relentless tide of the undead, Selena and Jim's chance encounter with flickering lights in a distant building sparks a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. Racing against the encroaching horde, they ascend the stairs, their hearts pounding with a desperate mix of fear and anticipation. Their salvation comes in the form of Frank, a survivor who offers them refuge within the safety of his fortified home. With his daughter, Hannah, by his side, Frank extends a lifeline to the weary travelers, sheltering them from the relentless onslaught of the undead. As they settle into their newfound sanctuary, Frank shares vital information gleaned from military broadcasts. A beacon of hope amidst the despair. News of a potential cure for the virus offers a ray of hope in their bleak reality. As the military broadcasts offer a glimmer of hope and direction amid the chaos, people across the city rally to secure themselves, guided by the addresses provided for their safety. Yet, Selena's skepticism lingers, questioning the motives behind the sudden rescue efforts. Despite her doubts, they have no choice but to heed the call for help, clinging to the slim chance of salvation it offers. Following the directions provided, they embark on a perilous journey towards the designated safe zone. Along the way, they encounter a daunting obstacle, a tunnel, shrouded in darkness and uncertainty. Jim voices his concerns about its safety, but Frank insists on pressing forward, citing the potential for a shorter route. As they navigate the treacherous passage, disaster strikes when Frank's car suffers a punctured wheel, leaving them vulnerable to the relentless pursuit of the undead. With zombies hot on their heels, they hastily replace the damaged wheel, racing against time to escape the encroaching threat. Their harrowing escape leads them to their destination after days of relentless travel, their resolve tested but unbroken. Disheartened by the absence of life at the designated safe zone, Selena suggests a return journey, resigned to the bleak reality of their circumstances. However, just as hope begins to wane, Frank's sharp eyes catch a glimpse of a crow feeding on a nearby corpse. In a tragic twist of fate, a single drop of infected blood splashes into Frank's eye, sealing his fate and casting a shadow over their fragile sanctuary. As the infection takes hold, panic ensues, with Frank's desperate actions inadvertently endangering his daughter, Hannah. Jim, driven by the instinct to protect, moves to intervene, only to be intercepted by a soldier's decisive action. With the threat contained, they are ushered into the safety of a military vehicle, where they are met by Major Henry, a beacon of authority and reassurance amid chaos. Within the fortified walls of their sanctuary, the threat of the undead is held at bay by stringent security measures and a vigilant defense system. Any zombie daring to breach the perimeter is swiftly dealt with, the piercing wail of the alert siren serving as a harbinger of their demise. Despite the semblance of safety, the absence of a cure looms heavily over their guarded haven. In a bid to unravel the mysteries of the infection, Major Henry orchestrates a chilling encounter with Army Officer Mailer, a captive harbinger of the virus's relentless march. Chained and isolated, Mailer stands as a grim testament to the relentless advance of the infection, his plight serving as a grim reminder of the stakes at hand. As survivors gather for respite, the tranquility shatters with an intrusion, the undead breaching their defenses. Seeking refuge, they realize their sanctuary's safety is a facade. Jim's fury ignites against an army officer's advances toward Selena, halted by Major Henry's stern intervention. But the facade shatters as the true nature of their situation is unveiled. A deceitful ploy to lure survivors for ulterior motives. Shocked, Jim resolves to flee with Selena and Hannah, facing fierce opposition from Major Henry and his loyal soldiers. In a desperate bid for freedom, Jim's consciousness fades as he faces off against the overwhelming force arrayed against them. Yet, amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerges in the form of a loyal soldier, determined to defy the tyranny of Major Henry and aid in their escape. Locked away and cornered by the very guardians sworn to protect them, Jim receives a sobering revelation from Farrell. Major Henry has succumbed to the madness, consumed by the very virus he sought to contain. As the sinister machinations of Major Henry and his cohorts unravel, Jim finds himself thrust into a deadly game of survival, his very existence hanging in the balance amidst the unforgiving wilderness. With Farrell's sacrifice fresh in his mind, Jim's determination to defy the oppressive regime drives him forward, even as the odds stack against him. In a daring bid for freedom, Jim eludes the clutches of his would-be executioners, narrowly escaping into the dense foliage of the forest. Yet, even as he fights to stay one step ahead, a glimmer of hope emerges on the horizon. The sight of a distant jet soaring through the skies, a beacon of possibility in their darkest hour. Drawn by the promise of salvation, Jim recalls Farrell's words of a world beyond their isolated enclave, where uninfected survivors still roam free. With a newfound resolve, he sets his sights on rescuing Selena and Hannah from the clutches of their captors, his plan set in motion as the piercing wail of the siren echoes through the camp, drawing Major Henry and his soldiers away in pursuit of their undead foes. In a desperate bid to reclaim their freedom, Jim's relentless pursuit of Major Henry leads to a dramatic showdown within the confines of the camp. Jim dispatches the soldier blocking his path with swift action, determined to thwart Henry's plans at any cost. Amidst erupting chaos, Jim seizes the opportunity to free Mailer, an infected soldier chained within the camp's confines. With newfound allies at his side, Jim unleashes a wave of infection upon their captors, turning the tables in their favor as they scramble to escape the clutches of their oppressors. Amidst the frenzy of their escape, Selena and Hannah find themselves separated from the group, their struggle for survival taking a harrowing turn as they encounter a rogue officer intent on capturing them. Yet, in a moment of swift and decisive action, Jim arrives at their aid, dispatching their would-be captor with ruthless efficiency. As tensions run high and suspicions mount, Selena grapples with doubts about Jim's true intentions, haunted by the looming specter of betrayal amidst the chaos of their fight for survival. As their journey for survival unfolds, bonds forged amidst adversity begin to blossom into something deeper between Jim, Selena, and Hannah. Yet, amidst the fragile harmony, a moment of misunderstanding sends shockwaves through their makeshift family, shattering the peace they've fought so hard to maintain. In a tense standoff with Major Henry, Jim's resilience is put to the ultimate test as he stares down the barrel of the gun, his fate hanging in the balance. But as fate would have it, it is Mailer who delivers the final blow, severing the tyrannical grip of their oppressor and clearing the path for their escape. With danger averted, they flee into the night, their journey fraught with peril yet buoyed by the unyielding determination to survive against all odds. Selena's swift action saves Jim's life, bridging the chasm between them as they navigate the uncertain path ahead. As they emerge from the shadows of their ordeal, the distant hum of a flying jet heralds their salvation, a beacon of hope piercing through the darkness of despair. With hearts full of gratitude and relief, they embrace the promise of rescue, their harrowing journey coming to a close as they step into the light of a new dawn.